Welcome all my dear students to Sudharma's physics classroom. So today we are going to do some questions based on Ohm's law. So for most of the students, I heard that solving numericals is little bit difficult. So you don't have to worry. I'll tell you the simplest method to solve any question. And this is one of the most important part from where we get a lot of numericals in CBSE board exam. So if anyone is watching this channel for the first time, go to the previous videos where we explain the concepts related with this and come back to this video so that you get to know what is happening here, right? So we discussed in detail about Ohm's law. So I just give a quick revision on that. Ohm's law states that when the physical conditions remain constant, the voltage and current in a conductor is directly proportional to each other. Okay, so from where we have derived the equation V equals IR, where V is the potential difference, I is the current, and R is the resistance. So today we are going to apply this equation and solve some numericals. So let's start with NCERT question. See, whenever you study, this should be in a very important pattern. You have to read the NCERT textbook first and then solve the NCERT questions. It's very, very important. If you have checked the previous year question papers, around 80% of the questions comes from NCERT questions, NCERT text back exercise, and NCERT exemplar questions, that is extra higher order thinking level questions. And in the last exam, the very recent board exam, you could see most of the MCQs came from those exemplar questions. So that shows the importance of learning and practicing the NCERT questions. So let's start the discussion with the first question from NCERT, which is related with Ohm's law. So let the resistance of an electrical component remains constant while the potential difference across the two ends of the component decreases to half of its former value. What change will occur in the current through it? Let's read it once again. Let the resistance of an electrical component remains constant. Resistance is constant while the potential difference across the two ends of the component decreases to half of its former value. What change occur in the current through it? So let me call the resistance of the component as R and the potential difference as V, and if I amount of current flowing through that in the initial case, then applying Ohm's law, we have V equals IR. Now, as per this question, we can see that the potential difference across the two ends of the component decreases to half its former value. So the first value I have taken as V, and in the second case, let me take it as V dash. So that is decreasing to half its former value. That means V dash, the new voltage is V divided by 2. Right? So now they are asking what change will occur in the current through it. So from the first equation, let me call it as equation number 1, this as equation number 2. From equation 1, I can write I equals V divided by R. And the new current I am denoting by the letter I dash, because we are going to find out what changes are happening in the current. So I dash is equal to V dash divided by R. Why I am not taking R dash? Because R remains constant, that is mentioned in the question. So I can substitute the value for V dash, that is nothing but V by 2. Already R is here. So now you will be thinking, how do we explain the change happening to the current, right? We have to compare it. So I take this 1 by 2 outside and put that V by R in the bracket. V by R is nothing but the current. So we get I dash is equal to I divided by 2. So this is how we solve it step by step. Otherwise also we can solve this question, and if it is an MCQ, we don't have to spend this much time in solving this question. We know that voltage is proportional to current. If voltage becomes half, then current also becomes half, right? Because they are directly proportional. Hope you understood this solution. Write down this question in your notebook and solve it yourself. Now coming to the next question, that's again from NCERT. When a 12-volt battery is connected across an unknown resistor, there is a current of 2.5 milliampere in the circuit. Find the value of the resistance of the resistor. This is a very direct question, but we have to make sure everything is given in SI unit. So we can write down the values given in the question. So V equals 12 volt and current I equals 2.5 milliampere. That means it is not given in SI unit. SI unit of current is amperes. So 2.5 into 10 power minus 3 amperes. Now we can calculate the resistance. R equals V divided by I. This is coming from Ohm's law. So V equals 12 volt and I equals 2.5 into 10 power minus 3 amperes. Volt by ampere will give you ohms. So after solving, you get the value as 4.8 into 10 power 3 ohms. You have to practice solving this. I just wrote the answer here. You have to solve it yourself. You cannot use calculators, because if you have the habit of using the calculators in the exam hall, you will be in trouble. You will not get that speed in calculation. So never use calculator while practicing the questions. Let's do another question. These are all extra questions we can practice. This can appear as MCQs. Okay. So here we have a set of graphs. So we have to identify which are ohmic and which are non-ohmic. So ohmic, in the class where we were discussing about Ohm's law, I told that the VI graph, if it is a straight line, we will be saying that that conductor is obeying Ohm's law and that conductor comes under ohmic conductor or ohmic resistor. If the graph is not a straight line, that shows it is non-ohmic resistor. Okay. So the graph 1, it is a pure metal. So we get more information from this picture because the materials are also given here. Pure metal, we know that pure metals are good conductors of electricity, and of course we can see the straight line graph. So this comes under ohmic. Second graph, copper sulfate solution with copper electrodes. It's an electrolyte, right? Again, it's a conductor, so it is also obeying Ohm's law as per this graph. So this is also coming under ohmic. Third case, see, vacuum diode. So this is one example for non-ohmic resistors. So this is non-ohmic because the graph is not a straight line. Okay, this is non-ohmic. Fourth one, filament of a bulb. This is non-ohmic. I discussed why this filament of a bulb is non-ohmic, right? Because the temperature increases to a very high value. So there the temperature is not remaining constant, so it comes under non-ohmic resistor. And next one is, again, even if it is starting from this point, it's okay, but we have a straight line graph, so that is ohmic. And of course, the junction diode comes under non-ohmic material. Hope you understood. So what you have to check is, if the graph is a straight line, then that will be ohmic. And if the graph is a curve, any kind of curve, right? So that is going to be non-ohmic. Let's do another question. A torch bulb, when cold, has 1 ohm resistance. It draws a current of 0.3 ampere when glowing from a source of 3 volt. Calculate the resistance of the bulb when glowing and explain the reason for the difference in resistance. This is a very important one. So the torch bulb or any bulb, when we are not using it, when it is not in the on position, if it is not glowing, it will have a resistance. And you know, when we switch on the bulb, after some time it gets heated up. We'll discuss in detail about that in the heating effect of electric current. Okay, so now what we have to understand is the temperature is changing there. Okay, so initially the resistance was 1 ohm. Now the voltage is given as V equals 3 volt and current I is equal to 0.3 amperes. Now we can calculate the resistance as R. R is equal to V divided by I. V is 3 and I is 0.3. So we can write this as 3 divided by 3 into 10 power minus 1. 3 and 3 cancels. 10 power minus 1 in the numerator goes to the denominator goes to the numerator, it becomes 10. So the new resistance is going to be 10 ohm. You see, there is a huge increase, right? This 1 ohm resistor, when it was not glowing, the same material, when it is glowing, it's becoming 10 ohm. So there is an increase of 9 ohms in the resistance of the same bulb. We are not changing the material. It's the same bulb giving different resistance values. So now we have to explain the reason for this difference in resistance. It's increasing the resistance, right? So the reason for that is there is a change in the temperature. Okay, when there is a change in the temperature, if there is an increase in the temperature, the resistance will increase. This concept we have discussed in the previous video, where we were discussing the factors affecting the resistance of a conductor. Okay, so if you missed that video, go to that and watch it. You will understand this in a better way. Now let's do one more question today. A car bulb connected to a 12 volt battery draws 2 ampere current when glowing. What is the resistance of the filament of the bulb? Will the resistance be more, same or less when the bulb is not glowing? Now you will be in a condition to answer this question. This is a very direct question, easy direct question. So let's do it together. So potential difference V is equal to 12 volt. Current I is equal to 2 amperes. What is the equation for resistance? R equals V divided by I. So V is 12 volt and current is 2 ampere, and that gives us a resistance of 6 ohm. This is the easiest question we can get. So make sure you are doing it in the proper way. Don't interchange the values, because those are the mistakes happens while writing the exam. Even though you feel this is the simplest equation, we make the complicated equations correct in the answer sheet, but the simplest equation goes wrong. The problem is the lack of practice. Okay, so practice it more, no matter how simple it looks. Okay, so we get the value as 6 ohm. There is an additional question here. Will the resistance be more, same or less when the bulb is not glowing? We got this resistance 6 ohm as the resistance when the bulb is glowing, right? A car bulb connected to this 12 volt battery draws 2 ampere current when glowing. So when it is glowing, we have 6 ohms. If it is not glowing, we can understand that the resistance will be less. Less resistance when it is not glowing. Okay, less resistance while not glowing. What could be the reason? Who can tell this answer? What could be the resistance when we say the resistance will be less when it is not glowing? When it is not glowing, then the temperature reduces, right? When the bulb is glowing, we know that the temperature increases to a very high value. So here, while glowing, we have 6 ohm. When it is not glowing, the resistance will be less than this 6 ohm. This is how we have to solve Ohm's law related questions. So we have only a single equation to apply in Ohm's law, V equals IR. So according to the data given, you will be able to rearrange the things and solve it. And every time remember that the units should be in SI unit. So while copying the data, make sure immediately you convert everything into SI unit. Okay, so let's wind up today's class. In the coming video, I will be discussing the numericals based on specific resistance. So specific resistance session is done in the previous video. So that is CBSE part, CBSE grade 10 physics part 6 video. So you go to that, learn that concept and come back. Then you will solve these numericals in a very easy way. Okay. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel so that you get notifications when I upload the new classes. Thank you for watching. See you in the next class. Bye.